The role of an evaluator is, for people that are guests or new, is to really talk about our speaker, talk about the good points, maybe correct anything that could have been a challenge, and really allow them to step away feeling good about that. We want to give them a lot of support. Madam Toastmaster tonight, fellow Toastmasters and guests, especially Bob, he took on an advanced speech, and it's a little bit unusual, and it's not like what a lot of people are doing as they work through the basic manual. It was a 15-minute presentation. It was reading because he was told that he needed to read a story. Now, reading is hard enough. I find that it's a precarious situation for me when I'm called upon to read certain passages. He was able to do that without any faltering. I appreciated that. If you really noticed, and I think that it was hard to not notice, Bob was very dramatic. He was loud, he projected, he had good vocal varieties, many gestures. It helped to really complement what he was saying in the story. Edgar Allan Poe, I don't know how many of you have read Edgar Allan Poe, but he had a kind of dark and dramatic twist to most of his stories. I think that as we heard the story moving along, Bob was building to that conclusion. We'll talk more about that in just a second. So, the presentation is one which it could be dry to hear somebody reading for 15 minutes. I would say that it's not necessarily my favorite thing to see somebody just reading something, but I think you did a really good job, again, with a lot of variety and a lot of drama. The thing that I might have done, and I shared this with you, is that with the beating heart, it would have been nice to have just one more gesture. But that was, I mean, that's really a small point because you were covering things so very well. The things that really stood out for me was, of course, the emphasis on the evil eye and the phrase that he used, the sound of mortal terror. I thought that that was pretty fun. When we got to the end of this thing, I was wondering how he was going to be able to conclude this program. And he really did give it a lot of drama. There was an increase of his voice. There was a lot of extra energy that went in, and the sudden ending really brought this thing to a conclusion very well. I thought it was a great effort as far as telling the story, and thank you very much for letting me evaluate it. Thank you.